And a very good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Sandy Elson, and on behalf of the travel professional community and travelprofessionalnews.com, I want to welcome all of you to today's webinar and thank you for taking time out of your day to join us. Our host today is NYCVP, New York City Vacation Packages. Our speaker is Joel Cohn, NYCVP's Vice President. Joel is a co-founder of the company and has over 40 years experience in retail and wholesale travel. Joel's topic today is summertime treats in New York City. Please remember that you are all muted, but we welcome your questions. You can type in your questions at any time in the question area you see on the right-hand panel of your screen. When Joel's presentation is over, we'll take as many questions as we can. Also, at the end of the presentation, Joel will be giving away a $50 American Express gift card, so stay tuned and learn more about the prize giveaway a little bit later. So I'm going to turn the microphone over to Joel so he can get started. Welcome, Joel.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Sandy, and good afternoon, and thank you all for joining me today to discuss my top 10 summertime treats in New York City for 2019. We're also going to discuss how New York City vacation packages can help and assist you in giving your clients an amazing experience and making sure that they see and do everything that they want to do in New York City, and at the same time, making it an easy and profitable destination for you to sell. So who out there listening is excited for summer? Who has clients that are excited to visit New York City this summer? Well, we're here to help show you all the fun summer treats that your clients can experience in the Big Apple. You know, there aren't too many world-class destinations that promise low-season hotel rates during a prime family tourism season, but New York City can claim that accolade. Throughout most of the summer, city hotels are rolling out the red carpet so tourists can have fun without spending a fortune on their accommodations. So unlike Disney and Europe, summer is low season in New York City. So what is summertime like in New York City? Well, simply put, it's a great time to experience the outdoors and the indoors, the new and the well-known, and the seasonal events that make New York City a one-of-a-kind destination. For the first-time visitors and the veteran New York City travelers, here is my list of top 10 summertime treats for 2019. First of all, parks and gardens. Sure. The city has the tallest buildings in the U.S., and it's a virtual skyscraper museum, but it also features some beautiful parklands from famous Central Park to botanical gardens. And speaking of botanical gardens, New York City is home to the Brooklyn and the New York Botanical Gardens. And whether your clients are looking to learn something or just want to soak up 52 acres of natural beauty, the Brooklyn Botanical Garden has more than 18,000 kinds of plants from all over the world. The garden has plants for every season, plus indoor tropical gardens and bonsai trees. And the New York Botanical Garden, neighbor to the Bronx Zoo, is a wonderland for everything that grows, featuring more than 1 million plants on 250 acres. The Botanical Garden is a place for study and research, as well as enchantment and exploration. Take a seasonal walk to see what's in bloom, or explore the historic Enid A. Haupt Conservatory, home to a world of plants, which showcases lush tropical rainforests, cactus-filled deserts, curated displays of palms from around the world, aquatic and carnivorous plants, and so much more. Wait, did I just mention the Bronx Zoo before? That's funny, because look what slide just popped up. The Bronx Zoo is an attraction that also allows tourists to study and appreciate the world's many creatures. Home to more than 6,000 animals, the zoo spans 265 acres that recreate the diverse natural habitats of the zoo animals. It's great for families, animal lovers, and history buffs. And as long as we're in the Bronx, there's a little known gem that shouldn't be missed this summer. Perhaps lesser known, but equally magnificent, is Wave Hill. Wave Hill is a public garden overlooking the Hudson River with sweeping views of the New Jersey Palisades. And it's also a cultural center that has traditional gardens, as well as some unexpected surprises, such as paths that wind through bright wildflowers and a pool adorned with water lilies and lotus flowers during the summer. But a personal favorite of mine is the Chinese Scholar Garden at Snug Harbor. It's located on the northern waterfront of Staten Island. Yes, Staten Island. Snug Harbor is as unusual a sight as you'll find anywhere in New York City, in any of the 5 boroughs. It was set up originally in the 1800s as a home for retired sailors, but of course it's changed over the centuries into the island's focal point for horticulture, the arts, nautical history, and architectural preservation, with highlights that include New York City's second oldest concert venue, the 1892 Music Hall, the Ming Dynasty style Chinese Scholar Garden, much of which was assembled and shipped from China, plus a secret labyrinthian garden, a Tuscan-style garden with lemon and olive trees, and numerous other planted green spaces, and so much more. And of course, how can we leave out favorites such as Bryant Park in Midtown Manhattan, where during the summer, your clients can experience Broadway in Bryant Park, where New York City's most popular Broadway and off-Broadway shows perform with their biggest hits free of charge, usually Thursday afternoons just around noon. Bryant Park also has a French-style merry-go-round, plus a well-maintained lawn with chairs and tables to enjoy the summer weather and movies in the park. And, you know, when I used to work in Midtown Manhattan, this would be where I'd go for lunch. Summer, fall, winter, spring, it's just a great place to just sit and enjoy, watch the world go by, right in the middle, in the heart of Midtown Manhattan, surrounded by these skyscrapers, this beautiful lawn, and lots going on in Bryant Park. And speaking of parks and movies in parks, we can't leave out Central Park, New York City's playground and one of the urban wonders of the world. Over 200 movies and counting have scenes of Central Park, making it the most filmed and most famous park in the world. Open spaces, pedestrian paths, famous statues, 24,000 trees, 21 playgrounds, 36 bridges and arches, a lake, a zoo, 9,000 benches. I've sat on half of them, on which to sit and take it all in. And we've got several ways for you to enjoy the summer fun in these parks and gardens, and several ways for your clients to enjoy them as well, including a highly recommended Central Park TV and movie sites tour. Now, my number 2 favorite summertime treat in New York City is sunsets at Brooklyn Bridge Park. And we'd be remiss by not mentioning one of my personal favorite photography spots in the city. Located just on the other side of the Brooklyn Bridge is a waterfront site along the East River with a picture-perfect view of lower Manhattan skyscrapers and, of course, the bridge itself. Beginning about an hour before sunset, photographers set up their tripods to capture one of the iconic images of the sun setting behind the city. And with our everyday lives being so busy, what better way to slow down and take nature in than to watch a beautiful sunset at Brooklyn Bridge Park, with views of the Williamsburg, Manhattan, and Brooklyn bridges, Empire State Building, free Wi-Fi, ice cream, lobster rolls, well, they're not free, a ferry, and a carousel. What more could your clients want? And on a clear night, as the sun is setting, you can see the Statue of Liberty in the distance. One of the best perks of capturing the sunset at this location is once the sun goes down, you can see the city become illuminated with all the lights along the Manhattan skyline, which is an attraction all of its own. I kind of call it Manhattan dressing for the evening. My number 3 top summertime site is the High Line. Let's take a 1.5 mile abandoned elevated rail line and demolish it. Wait. Someone had a better idea. Let's turn it into a public space in the heart of Manhattan where locals and visitors can stroll along landscape walkways, see interesting art installations, or even have a snack in a quiet setting overlooking the Hudson River. Since opening in 2009, the highlight has become a popular destination for tourists taking in the gorgeous waterfront views along this unique linear park, greenway, and rail trail. It's great for tourists who like green activities, sightseeing, shopping, eating, and art connoisseurs 30 feet above the ground. And your clients can spend a whole day exploring the High Line, taking breaks from the artwork and plant life to go down to the street below for drinks, food, and refreshments at Chelsea Market. And after relaxing and taking in the street level enjoyment, go back and continue along the High Line, even taking it to Hudson Yards, which is my number 4 treat for the summertime this year. Did I just hear someone ask what Hudson Yards is? Well, I'm glad that you asked. It is my number 4 top 10 treat, and it opened just last month. This is a brand new attraction. Hudson Yards, I believe, someday will be a micro destination of its own. It's the largest private urban development in the history of the United States and will be home to several experiences to attract tourists. The Vessel, an interactive centerpiece of the area, features 154 interconnecting flights of stairs, and it will be New York's next public landmark. Hudson Yards will also showcase great shopping, including the city's first Neiman Marcus and nearly 100 luxury and specialty stores and restaurants. Hudson Yards will also be home to The Shed, New York's first arts center to commission new work from performing arts, visual arts, and popular culture, and will soon, by early next year, be home to the tallest observation deck in the Western Hemisphere, simply titled the Observation Deck. Some people call it the Edge. You can see it on the right-hand side of the screen here. It's actually complete now. It's not open yet, but if you do, or your clients do happen to venture down to Hudson Yards, you can see the shed, at least from the ground up, and it looks like an extraordinary experience that, again, will be open at some point next year. And my number 5 summertime treat this year is something really of interest that will only occur for this year: World Pride 2019. New York City will host the largest LGBTQ celebration in the world in June, World Pride 2019. This spectacle will coincide with the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising, one of the most significant moments of the gay liberation movement. A month after the Stonewall riots in June of 1969, 500 peaceful protesters gathered in Washington Square Park to express solidarity and pride. And World Pride 2019 will take place over 2 months this summer, and it features an incredible variety of gatherings, remembrances, and performances. This event in New York City will mark the historic first time World Pride has been hosted in the United States. There'll be rallies, parties, lectures, and both free and ticketed events, culminating in the Pride March on Sunday, June 30th, that will feature extravagant floats, outlandish outfits, and spontaneous dance parties that are mixed in with the political components, of course, of this Civil Rights March, followed by closing ceremonies in Times Square featuring special guest Melissa Etheridge. Number 6 on my list is the Statue of Liberty Museum. Beautiful museum, new museum, giving visitors to Liberty Island the chance to experience a better understanding of Lady Liberty. It will open this spring. Formerly, artifacts were only viewable to those few who could gain access to the statue's pedestal. However, the new Statue of Liberty Museum will allow everyone to interact and learn about the construction, history, and significance of the statue. And New York City Vacation Packages operates daily tours departing from Midtown Manhattan, very close to your clients' hotels, going to the Statue of Liberty. Hosted vacations or escorted vacations departing daily to get your clients to the Statue of Liberty, to the museum, and to the pedestal. If you want more information about these tours, they're available on our website, nyctrip.com. And by the way, if you have some questions for me, don't forget to write them in the right-hand box on your screen. Type the message, and at the end of this, I'll try and answer as many as I can. My number 4 treat this summer I think is super. It's probably one of the signature events of, oh, here's another view of the Statue of Liberty Museum. Another signature event of the summer in New York City, and that's the 4th of July fireworks. Because nothing celebrates Independence Day more than evening fireworks, and New York City is the home to the nationally telecast Spectacular, sponsored by Macy's. NYCVP, by the way, offers a luxury cruise in New York Harbor to view the extravaganza, and in fact, we host an all-day event that's perfect for families and visitors, including a barbecue, historic sightseeing tour of Manhattan, and a dinner cruise on the harbor to watch the Macy's fireworks display. It begins with an old-fashioned picnic done in New York style, high above Times Square on a beautiful outdoor terrace. We call it our barbecue over Broadway, and it includes a typical holiday cookout of burgers and dogs, steak and ribs with salads and desserts. And then following lunch, we'll take your clients on a sightseeing tour of historic Manhattan before boarding the World Yacht Princess for the evening's fireworks dinner cruise. One thing to highlight when selling this product to your clients, they basically get 2 cruises in one day. As you can see, as the ship starts heading out to its spot to view the parade, your clients get an amazing daytime view of the Manhattan skyline. And then in the evening, after the fireworks, when the ship heads back to the pier, your clients then get to see the Manhattan skyline all lit up at night, and it's truly a sight to see. One of our hosts for the event always tells us that this is actually his favorite part of the event. But the main reason why your clients are there is to see the Macy's fireworks display up close. It truly is spectacular. And then, of course, after the fireworks, we escort your clients back to Midtown via motor coach, so they don't have to worry about navigating back to Midtown after a full day of drinking, eating, and celebrating the holiday. There's more information, of course, about this not to be missed 4th of July event on nyctrip.com. And as long as we're in the summer mode, of course, my number 8 treat for the summer is, of course, New York Yankees baseball. The Bronx Bombers began their 2019 season as favorites to win their division and return to the World Series for the first time in 10 years. And tickets for games, especially weekends, are sometimes hard to get. And the easiest way to get New York Yankees tickets for your clients and to get them to Yankee Stadium on game day is on our 2-night and longer New York Yankees baseball vacations. NYCVP has your Yankees tickets, and we'll have one of our expert Yankee tour guides escort your clients to and from Yankee Stadium on select home games in June, July, and August. We have blocks of tickets for 10 summer home games, again, including escorted transportation from Midtown Manhattan and a pregame party inside the stadium in the Tommy Bahama Marlin Bar prior to the game. Reserved seats are on the main level, right behind first base, comfortably under cover, offering an exceptional view of the field. And here's our schedule for 2019. And as you can see, if you're a baseball fan, you can see that August 2, 3, and 4 weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday games against the hated Boston Red Sox, at least hated by New York Yankees fans. On a sports theme, we continue our summertime treats in New York City with US Open tennis, where your clients can watch the greatest names in tennis at the richest tennis tournament and the last Grand Slam event of the year, the US Open, held at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center in Flushing, Queens. The tournament runs from August 26th until the women's and men's finals on September 7th and 8th. And we have reserved tickets in Arthur Ashe Stadium, which is the main center court stadium, for most dates, including a special group block of tickets for men's and women's third round on Saturday, August 31. And one of the joys, I think, of seeing third round tennis is that the main stars, the Federers and Williams and the the 1 and 2 seeds, 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds, at least 2 of them will be playing in center court on that day. Now, my number 10, summertime treat. Of course, this isn't just summer. This goes on all year, but this spring and summer, Broadway is going to feature, of course, standbys like The Lion King and Chicago and Wicked, Aladdin, The Book of Mormon, Phantom of the Opera. But there are newer shows that are still performing, like Dear Evan Hansen, Come From Away, King Kong the Musical, yes, believe it or not, and hard to get tickets for popular shows such as Hamilton, Frozen, and Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Hard to get tickets that you can get for your clients through NYCVP. But everyone's excited to see these new shows that have just opened or will be opening soon. Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Times of the Temptations, one of these, I think, a great jukebox musical that will be opening, or that actually is in previews right now. Kiss Me Kate is coming back to Broadway, featuring Kelly O'Hara, a multi-Tony winner. Oklahoma is back on Broadway. Beetlejuice, the musical, is in previews right now. I had the good fortune to see it last night, and oh my goodness, I haven't laughed like that in a long time. It is truly a joy. If you've seen the movie, you know how wonderful Michael Keaton was. Yet this production on Broadway really doesn't follow the movie that closely, and the fellow Alex Brightman, who plays Beetlejuice, almost makes you forget about Michael Keaton. He does such a phenomenal job. Really a great movie. I would recommend it for ages 10 and up. I don't think it's appropriate for young children because of the language, but really just a real fun time. Tootsie has opened, at least in previews. Of course, if you've seen the movie with Dustin Hoffman, this is a musical production on Broadway. I've heard good things about it, haven't seen it yet. And then Moulin Rouge, the musical, is not in previews yet. It will be opening soon. I'm dying to see that. I love the movie, and I think that this will be an excellent production on Broadway as well. So there's really something for everybody on Broadway, and we can help you choose which shows will be the best suited for your clients. Now, by now, you're probably so excited about the top 10 summer treats in 2019 for New York City that you want to come yourself. Well, luckily, we have independent fam trips running throughout the summer for you to experience our products just like your clients will. And many of these summer treats can be added on to your fam. But most importantly, we're here to help give your clients the best summer experience in New York City, because we make this destination easy to book and profitable for you. Our packages can be as inclusive as you want, completely customized and flexible for FITs and groups. And we pay you commission on every part of a hotel inclusive vacation, including accommodations, Broadway shows, sightseeing, transportation, dining, sporting events, concerts, museums, harbor cruises, just about everything that you can think of to do in New York City. That's legal, of course. And we do have vacation options for arrival any day of the year for any length of stay. And hotel inclusive packages feature amazing bonus admissions. And of course, everything is commissionable. So for more information, just remember NYC Trip. It's our phone number, 877 NYC Trip. And it's our web address, nyctrip.com. There's a huge amount of information about NYCVP, about New York City, about hotels, Broadway shows, sightseeing, and our special holiday events on nyctrip.com. And you can also order brochures. In fact, you can download a copy right from our site right now. Now, if you have any questions, Sandy, I'd be happy to try and answer them. Any questions at all?
Thanks, Joel. That was phenomenal. I'm ready to go myself, and I'm from New York, and that all looked like great things to do. We do have quite a few questions. One of our agents wants to know, and I know the answer to this is yes and no. One of our agents wants to know, can you take the free Staten Island ferry to visit Snug Harbor?
Yes, you can. That's a great way to do it. That's how I do it. Take the ferry over. You would have to get some kind of transportation, but there's a young startup company. I don't know the name of it right now. I could look it up for you. A young startup company that is beginning to offer transportation from the ferry terminal in Staten Island to some of the various attractions on Staten Island. Not only Snug Harbor, but for instance, the Alice Austin House. Those who might be interested in photography and seeing the home of a woman photographer from the 19th and early 20th century, Alice Austin, which I had the opportunity to visit the house, and a great collection of photographs. So there will be a way to get around Staten Island. I would suggest the Staten Island Ferry. It's the best way to get there.
And what does that cost these days, the ferry?
The Staten Island Ferry, when I first took it way back probably 40 years ago, was 25 cents. And you know what happens with inflation, right? Well, that ferry right now is free.
So, it is free.
It is free. It used to be 25 cents. It is now free.
Okay, awesome. Well, that's a great value. Do you offer one-day trips for people in New York on a one-day stop off of a cruise ship?
Absolutely. We have a great pre and post cruise package that would include, of course, one-night hotel accommodations. It would include some free bonus features that will get your clients admission, for instance, to the Empire State Building, Observatory, or the Metropolitan Museum of Art and the American Museum of Natural History. And our pre and post cruise packages, I think the beauty of it is they include private vehicle transportation from the pier to the hotel, from the hotel to the airport. And if you've ever sailed into Manhattan Pier, the most difficult part of disembarking from the cruise ship is finding transportation. And to be able to have a private vehicle pick you up at the pier is priceless. And that's what we'll do for your clients.
And is that available for one-day port stops if they don't need a hotel, if they're coming from Boston, for example, on their ship?
We wouldn't recommend that, actually. They would have to, their best bet there would be to get transportation to the airport through the cruise ship. Actually, if they're looking for tours in New York City, we can help on a group basis, but not on an individual basis, not for the one day.
Okay, thanks. Are special tours available into the Statue of Liberty's torch?
Actually, the crown. It doesn't go all the way up to the torch, but there are stairs up to the crown. It's not something that we offer because there's a very, very limited number of reservations that are allowed on an hourly or a daily basis to the crown, and we don't get involved in that. But if you or your clients want to do that, want to walk up to those 300 plus stairs up to the crown, I would suggest getting reservations at least 6 months in advance. That's how quickly they sell out, again, because there are very few reservations available. Our tours to the Statue of Liberty, as I mentioned, we have daily tours to the Statue of Liberty. They do get your clients to the pedestal, which is the observation deck view of Manhattan, and it's really I did the tour not too long ago, and it really is a magnificent view of Liberty Island and of back to Manhattan Island. So I really like the observation deck, but no, we don't. Again, we don't work with the tickets to the crown. They're very, very hard to get.
Okay, great. For the 4th of July events that you mentioned, the barbecue and all that, are there accommodations available for those with food allergies?
Probably. It depends on the allergy. But I would imagine, as long as you let us know in advance, then we can notify the caterers. The only problems that occur is when people show up and they say, "Oh, by the way, I'm allergic to so and so," or
Right.
and it might be too late.
One of our agents wants to know, for a short stay, is it better to visit during the week or a weekend? Or is there no difference in price? Is there no difference in availability of the various things to visit?
It's a great question. New York City, of course, is visited by 65 million visitors. A lot of them, of course, are businessmen. It is a business, a convention, and an event city, which means that weekends, where tourists are most likely to visit, are the best times to come to New York City because there are no business travelers. And as you know, as travel agents, business travelers are paying the highest airfares and they're paying the highest room rates. So weekends, when the hotels need leisure travel business, the rates are down. So simple answer to your question is, oh, come on the weekends. Availability is better and the rates are better.
Okay, great answer. Thank you. Do you offer concert tickets at Madison Square Gardens?
Yeah, we sure do. We've bought tickets for your clients to Billy Joel, to Bruce Springsteen, and to other events at the Garden, as well as, of course, sporting events, and they are commissionable.
Oh, fantastic. Um, is somebody from NYCVP available to host a trade show for an agent putting together a trade show?
We don't do that. We don't attend any trade shows directly to the consumer. We let you do that. We don't want to have any face-to-face meetings with your clients, but we will be glad to provide you with brochures so that your clients can deal directly with you using brochures as selling tools.
Okay, excellent. When it comes to paying for one of the packages, are there payment plans available? Is it a deposit and then a final payment, or how do the payments work?
Another very good question. We normally, on a booking, request full payment. However, if your clients are departing at least 45 days in advance, we can, for a small service fee, I think it's $20, work out a layaway plan where you just have to make a small deposit at the time of booking, and then 45 days prior to departure, make the final payment.
Fantastic. On your website, is there a listing of available show tickets if someone's got clients
Yes.
considering dates?
Absolutely. Yeah. We don't necessarily have the schedule of shows because it changes very frequently on our website, but most of the shows, if not all the shows that are currently on Broadway, are listed on our website. Yeah, I want to say something about Broadway tickets because I think this is a great selling feature for you, for the travel advisors. If your clients want to go online and buy tickets to any of the shows on Broadway, Lion King, Aladdin, Book of Mormon, whatever they want to see, they can go online. They can go to Ticketmaster or Telecharge, and they can buy the tickets. And what happens then if they accidentally made a mistake in buying the wrong date, or they didn't like the seats, or they get sick, or for some reason they can't use the tickets? Guess what? They can use the tickets as wallpaper because they can't be refunded. But that doesn't work that way when you buy tickets for your clients through us. We have an arrangement with the box offices where if your clients cancel their tickets or need to make a change, as long as it's in advance, about 2 weeks in advance of the show, we can, with a very small service charge, we can refund those tickets or replace those tickets with different dates. That's something that your clients cannot do if they bought the tickets directly from the box office or through Ticketmaster, Telecharge, or any other service. So I think it's a great selling feature for travel advisors in talking to their clients about booking their New York City vacation.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a fantastic feature. We have a couple of other questions. Before I ask them, I want to let our agents know that if you have additional questions or if you want to know, if you want more information, Joel has left up here this wonderful set of emails and Facebook pages. And and their website. So do get in touch if you have additional questions. Joel, the last couple of questions are all about the FAM trips.
Yeah, sure.
Can you go over how our agents would set up a FAM trip for themselves to New York?
Sure. FAM trips are available most weekends from now through the end of the year, believe it or not, including New Year's Eve and including Thanksgiving in New York City, two of the most popular times to be in the city. The first thing that I would recommend is you go on our website, and on the homepage of our website, you'll see in the top right there's a search box, and you type in FAM trips or agent FAM trips in that search box, and it will take you to a page telling you all about our FAM trips. FAM trips include a minimum 2-night stay at the Sheraton New York Hotel, which is right in the heart of the theater district and right near Times Square. It also includes our Statue of Liberty Express tour, the one that I spoke about earlier. So your client, you will get to see the Statue of Liberty. It includes a new tour that I'm pretty excited about called a walk through history tour of Lower Manhattan. It includes your choice of an on-location sightseeing tour. On-location tours operate in New York City. They also operate in Boston. And they have a number of different tours in New York City focused around TV and movie sites. The Central Park TV and movie tour that I mentioned earlier is one option. They have a general TV and movie sites bus tour of the city. They have a superhero bus tour of the city. They have a tour of the Gossip Girl sites, a tour of the Sex and the City sites, and a tour of the Sopranos sites in the city. And one of these tours is available for you on your FAM trip. So a lot of neat stuff on the FAM. It's a great way for you to experience New York City just like your clients would, because it's not a hosted or an escorted FAM. We want you to experience the city even if you've never been there, just like your clients would. Learn how to get around on your own, learn how the subway system works, meet one of our tour guides on the Statue of Liberty Express tour, and have a great time in the city. So again, visit our website and type in FAM trip or agent FAM trip in the top right search box, and you'll learn more about it. The trips can only be booked by calling us, and you have to be a registered travel agent on our site, or when you do call us, we'll help you register if you're not already registered. So there you go.
That's fantastic. Thank you for all of that information. I think that does it for the questions. So let's talk about the very generous $50 American Express gift card that you're giving away. And here's how that's going to work. Joel is going to ask a question about something that he went over during this webinar. And I will take the 5th correct answer that I see come across my screen as the winner. I'll announce when we have the winner. And if you are the winner, we will pass your contact information to Joel, who will get in touch with you about redeeming your card. Just one rule, though. I'll only take the answers that come in after Joel has finished asking his entire question. So try not to telegraph what the question is going to be before he finishes asking it. I'll only consider answers that come in after he has finished asking it. And again, I'll take the 5th correct answer. So whenever you're ready, Joel, go ahead and ask your question.
Well, I will. And if you were listening, and I hope you were, I think this question will be pretty easy for you. As I mentioned, Snug Harbor is on Staten Island. How would someone without a car get from Lower Manhattan to Staten Island for free?
We have the answers pouring in. All right, let's see who we have here as the 5th. And let me just count again. 2, 3, 4. Okay, we have a winner. Our winner is Patty Kolar. Patty Kolar, Kollar. The answer, of course, is the Staten Island Ferry. And congratulations to Patty. You are the 5th correct answer to this question. So we will be passing your information along to Joel, and he'll get in touch with you, Patty, and let you know how to redeem your card. Joel, as always, this has been wonderful. There's always something new and something old going on in New York, and we really love hearing about it. So thank you so much for this wonderful webinar.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Sandy, and thank you for everyone at Travel Professional News. And I appreciate all the attention from travel advisors throughout the country, and thank you so much for allowing me to talk about my favorite city.
That's been our pleasure, and I want to add my thanks to our agents for taking time out of your busy day. I know you enjoyed this, and I can sense the energy that everyone's going to be wanting to interest their clients in your packages to New York. So thanks again to our agents and to Joel, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. See you soon.